but a great win for us. And I'm really happy the referees didn't screw up the clock at the end of the game. So it was great. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy it. I wish, it makes me really upset about the call at the end of last week. It really does. I'm not going to let that go. The tuck rule and that call last week, I'm not saying it cost us that game, but it would hurt us really bad.
This is the team that, when their back's against the wall, they come out swinging and fighting and whatever it takes. Sometimes it's not pretty, and it doesn't have to be, and just put some plays together, score more points than our opponent, hold our opponents down, and, just play great team football.
That's Doug Pederson, Eagles coach. Before that, John Gruden, Raiders coach, who is only happy when he's unhappy, right? You've dealt with him.
Yeah, a little bit. Hey, he likes when it's like everybody doubts him against the world. He gets to be angry, and he's the mad scientist. That's the way. He almost operates better that way.
And he was referring to the loss at home to the Jaguars, the last game ever played in Oakland. The Raiders still alive, and they'd be in much better position to steal the 6th seed if they had won that game.
Did he just bring up the tuck rule? It's 17 years ago.
He's holding a grudge
18
longer.
years ago.
19.
Let's give it up. Let's move on. It's
18.
18. Yeah, it was 2001, right?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You ready?
I'm ready. This is a
Sunday
trivia question to
statement
determine
draft.
the Sunday statement draft.
Sunday statement draft. You can get this one. You can get it.
All right,
I'm confident.
More pressure.
Who was the last non-division winner to reach the Super Bowl? Last non-division winner to reach the Super Bowl.
See, I need time to think about it because you got to start working your way back.
Oh, okay. Well, you better hurry up.
Last non-division winner to win the Super Bowl, the Packers.
Yeah, okay.
The Packers.
You guys are
2010.
too quick.
Yes, thank you.
You're too quick.
I was trying to take my hand off the checker. Thank you very much.
Gosh.
Because I'm thinking, in recent years, the 1 seeds and the 2 seeds have not been losing in the divisional round, and the Packers
Giants won the division in 2011, but were a wild card participant.
Yeah, so. they beat the
Falcons.
The Falcons
at home. Eli's only home playoff
something
win.
to 2.
Right.
Remember?
I want to say it was 20-2.
Yeah,
you might be right. Yeah.
All right. Good. Thank you. I get the first pick.
No problem.
Not that there's an obvious number 1 here, but I have to go. Anytime Lamar Jackson gets a double triple, he's going to be on this list because it's amazing to think that in the entire history of the NFL, and this double-triple stat that MDS came up with, it's any category of yard generation, receiving, rushing, passing, kick return, punt return, fumble return, interception return, anything. The record for a career is 8. That's Mike Vick. Lamar Jackson, in less than 2 full seasons, already has 6.
Yeah.
And he has 5 this year. And yesterday was the latest where he had 100 yards plus rushing and 100 yards plus receiving. Now, the 100 yards plus receiving for a quarterback, no big deal. It's a quarterback rushing for 100 yards. And he's got 5 games this year with 100 or more rushing yards, and he's got 1,200 for the season. That is incredible for a quarterback. And, I don't know how many more yards he could have in a season. Like next year, what are we going to expect from Lamar Jackson? 1,300 rushing yards? Like, is this the sweet spot? Is this the high water mark that he should just hope to achieve? Like, because you're always trying to get better.
Yeah.
How does he do better than what he did this year?
I hope it shouldn't be that next year. I hope not. I mean, they can't, again, I do think, at some point it can't be about it.
But the running sets up the passing.
It does. To me, he's the early part of his career. He's still young. You can get away with it. But it can't be just all about him to win the games. It's got to be a little bit of everything else. And then, hey, he can run and keep you honest that way. But either way.
I mean, at some point in his career, he needs to transition to a pocket
right,
passer,
and he
like
will,
a Steve
because
Young,
we're seeing him improve
type of a thing.
Yeah, right.
But still, that threat of running the ball, even later in his career, you'd see Steve Young run from time to time.
Yeah.
You need to have that threat that you're going to run the ball to keep the defense honest.
That's right.
And I think year 3, 4, 5 of his career, we're still in that area where Lamar Jackson's going to be running the ball a lot.
He is.
He's learning how to keep himself healthy. That's one thing that John Harbaugh told me yesterday. One of the various things we talked about. The coaching points, Lamar is smart, he understands, he gets it, and he wants to protect himself, and he's figured that out. Remember, Aaron Rodgers told him in the preseason, slide.
Yeah.
And we saw him slide yesterday and not take a hit.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit more of it lately, of him taking care of his body that way, which is a good thing, especially for this little playoff run here where the defenses are going to be better and more tuned into trying to make him hurt when he does carry the ball. Doug Pederson is where I'm going to go. I mean, just his statement.
Not the entire Eagles organization?
No, just Doug Pederson.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Doug Pederson. I'm going to give him a lot of credit here. I mean, just to continually give the team a positive message. They always seem to believe. I mean, it's just you've said it a million times, that the ultimate backs against the wall type of football team, and really they were not the more talented team on the field yesterday, but because of Doug Pederson's game plan and their overall approach as a full team, offensively and defensively, they outplayed a team that was more talented than they are. It didn't matter. But he had a formula and a plan of attack where it was, we're going to run the ball, we're going to control the clock, it's going to be a lot of short, 5 to 8 yard passes with an occasional shot down the field, this being one of them, a little wheel route by the slot receiver, Ward. And then the defense, of course, doing some outside the box things as well. But Doug Pederson just showing once again that, the Eagles are never dead and you can never count them out. I didn't think they would win yesterday. There's no doubt about that. But between him and the confidence and toughness he instills in the team, and then the way Carson Wentz is playing on top of that, that makes Philly scary again. Here we go into Week 17 and in the playoffs.
Yeah, just like 2 years ago, just like last year, here come the Eagles. And 2 years ago, they were the 1 seed, but they didn't have Carson Wentz, and many assumed that they would fall apart in the playoffs, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And they may end up with that home playoff game, and I don't know that you want to be the 5 seed in the NFC going to Philly in a single elimination setting.
No, it's scary. On grass, that crowd, that stadium, they're big and physical up front. That's the one thing, too, that we saw yesterday, and we're seeing a little bit more lately, where Philadelphia's downhill running. They're just kind of saying, okay, we're just coming at you straight ahead, and we might only get 3 or 4 yards, but we're going to take some time off the clock, rest our own defense who's had some issues, and they're playing smart. They're playing good all-around football.
All right, my next one, a guy who doesn't get a whole lot of recognition because he plays for a team that isn't all that great, but Chandler Jones.
Oh, good job by you.
Cardinals pass rusher who picked up 4 sacks yesterday. And if he does it again this week, not that 4-sack games are just like hanging around the back alley, but if he does it again against a Rams team that isn't playing for anything, 23 would break Michael Strahan's single-season record. The quietest pursuit of a single-season record that I can ever remember.
Right.
And look, he went from 15 to 19 just like that. So it's going to be a thing this week. It's something we got to pay attention to. But Chandler Jones now, I think, a real candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. I know Stephon Gilmore has said he's the Defensive Player of the Year, and the fact that he's on a playoff team may give him a greater chance to get some votes. But if Chandler Jones sets the record, it's his.
Yeah.
If he gets 4 sacks next week, he's the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, Chandler Jones, I don't know. He's not.
If he sets the record, he is.
If he sets the record,
the all-time single-season sack record, if he sets it, he's the Defensive Player of the Year.
That's a good one. I'm thinking about it. I never really thought about it. You're right. That would be tough to argue because Stephon Gilmore deserves to be the Defensive Player of the Year as of right now, without a doubt, for what he's done for that team and that defense and what they do. But Chandler Jones would make it.
You get that record. It's such a rare thing.
It's special. You're right. I guess the little bit of the irrelevancy of the Arizona Cardinals probably hurts him there a little bit. But either way, I get you. He's going to be in the conversation if he breaks the record. All right. I'm going to give a little love to the New York Giants and Barkley and Daniel Jones, the future. The dynamic duo on the offensive side of the ball. I want to talk about Michael Thomas, but we've talked about him a lot already. We know he made a statement. He's the man. I just want to spread some love to some of the other games. But Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones yesterday, if you're a Giants fan, how are you not pumped about what you saw? Saquon healthy, explosive, making unbelievable plays, not only in the run game, but the pass game too. And then Daniel Jones, just, reminding us in the little absence there when Eli came in that, man, Daniel Jones has got some big-time talent. He really does. His ability to stand in the pocket, make good decisions, and really just stripe throw after throw into perfect spots. To me, it's really impressive. He's got the demeanor to succeed in New York. He's got the talent to succeed in the NFL. And then with him and Saquon Barkley into the future and guys like Darius Slayton, who are only a rookie, and Evan Ingram's not even out there, the Giants have a young core of skill guys to be excited about.
Yeah, I agree with you. And between the two guys, I don't know who had a bigger
day,
right?
But I know.
It was very impressive, and it should worry the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday when they go to New York to try to win the division, because if the Eagles lose to the Giants, and that's all the motivation the Giants need. If the Giants win that game, this could still be the Cowboys winning the NFC East. All right, last one for me. Yeah, if you're going to leave, and I know we've talked about Michael Thomas,
I know.
but how can we not? He set the record.
Okay,
he set the record.
Yeah.
Here's a question, because he had 12 catches and well over 100 yards and had a touchdown, and we talked already about how great he is and how high this number can go. Lamar Jackson, Michael Thomas, not MVP, Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Because we've seen in the past, and we've seen a Saint in the past who has won Offensive Player of the Year but not MVP, and that's Drew Brees.
Right.
We have a record for Michael Thomas, an all-time record that had stood for 17 years, and he may put this thing at a spot where it may never be touched.
It's gonna be
Is
tough.
he the Offensive Player of the Year while Lamar Jackson is the MVP? It's kind of a consolation, right, to not winning the MVP.
Right.
I think I would vote for Michael Thomas.
I would too. I don't know if there's anybody else out there that's really worthwhile of throwing into that conversation. McCaffrey's kind of fallen off. No, he had a great day.
It's Lamar
yesterday.
Jackson. It's the question is Lamar Jackson or Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I think you're right, and it's MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. So I'm with you. I think you're exactly right.
I mean, Jameis Winston, if he didn't have all those interceptions, I'm just saying he's got a great production.
Right.
And he's the most exciting offensive player because you never know what the hell's going to happen.
Right.
But I think it's Thomas or Lamar Jackson, and I think that Michael Thomas, and it's just a way to spread the trophy.
Yeah, definitely. They got it. Well, they
Once
got
you
it.
get the MVP, who cares about Offensive Player of the Year?
right.
Like, if you have both of them, which one are you going to display on the mantle, and which one are you going to, stick in the closet?
Yeah.
You're sticking Offensive Player of the Year in the closet. Who cares? I was the MVP.
Right.
Whereas Michael Thomas will have it front and center on his mantle.
Right. Well, yeah. Hopefully, you're not putting it in the closet either way. But I got you.
You know my point.
I know
It's
you're
a less
you're right. It
important
is a
award.
less important. MVP is special. I mean, that's special. You're in the lures of the NFL forever. All right. The Chiefs defense. I know we're running out of time here, but another statement by them. Yeah, I'm going to go with them. I know it's obvious, but I mean, the last 5 games by the Chiefs defense: 17, 9, 16, 3, and 3. I mean, those are the points they're letting up. They are playing phenomenal football. Steve Spagnuolo, you've heard me say that. But they have some other elite areas. Secondary is playing good. Honey Badger, as Rodney Harrison talked about last night, he's all over the field. I mean, you don't know what he is. He's a safety. He's a nickel. He's a corner. He does everything from them that way. Chris Jones is a game breaker. Frank Clark has been playing a little bit better lately. They got size up front. I think with all those things and then Spagnuolo's good game planning, that's where I look at the Chiefs as being more dangerous than ever. And I really think they're still kind of, sliding under the radar right now in the AFC.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.